course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the wires and cables which have connected them to their desks, and to assume the freedom of motion within their home. It is required that they should declare the cause which impel them to separation. I know. Our last video was all about the usefulness of wires and switches, but let's be honest for a moment. Wires really suck. Wireless networking, or what most people like to call it, everything that has to do with the internet connectivity. No, really. Your internet can be out and your wireless can still work. And your wireless can be down and your internet can still function. Alright, just so we're on the same page, everything connection related is not called wireless. Okay, I've gathered myself and returned from my rant session. Today, we will discuss the topics of wireless, how you can deploy it, and in some common mistakes made that cause your wireless network to, well, really suck. So what is a wireless network? A wireless network allows devices to remain linked to a network, yet roam like a wild beast, free from any cables that may try to hold them down. The only difference between wireless and wired is how they connect to the network. Wired networks use, well, wires to link devices together on the internet. Wireless networks use radio waves to provide this connection. Make no mistake, at some point, a wire has to be involved in the connection, as we haven't reached the ultimate utopian civilization where we are free from all wires. It is easy to see the benefits of wireless: access and availability, freedom of movement, flexibility, and cost are just a few. But there are some significant drawbacks as well. Wireless transmissions are more exposed to attack by unauthorized users, so you must pay particular attention to security. Interference is a big problem. If others in the same building or same neighborhood also use wireless technology, or where there are sources of electromagnetic interference, you could have poor communication, or, in extreme cases, complete loss of wireless communication. In some buildings, getting consistent coverage can also be a problem, leading to black spots where wireless signal isn't available. For example, in structures built using steel reinforced materials, you may find it difficult to pick up the radio frequencies used. Although dramatically improving, wireless transmissions can be significantly slower and less efficient than wired networks. In larger wireless networks, the backbone is always wired or fiber rather than wireless. So, what is your best way to deploy wireless? If you're like most people, you simply accept the modem, router, wireless, cheap, crappy combo device from your internet provider. That device is typically placed in your basement, garage, or some other remote, lost place in your house. You then sit back and complain about the terrible wireless you get. There is a better way, I assure you. But first, let's make some quick terminology distinctions. Access points. Wireless access points provide a wireless connection to your existing home network. For most people, your router serves this function, but please understand that this is not your only option. With a few cables and switches, see our video from last week, you can strategically place multiple access points throughout your house and eliminate dead spots or shoddy coverage areas. Wireless channels. Like your radio, your wireless router or access points are able to change channels. If you are in a high congestion area, the channel you are using can dramatically improve or degrade your wireless performance. Signal strength. If you plan to use more than one AP or more than one router, are having trouble getting Wi-Fi in key areas, or in an area of high congestion, the power of your AP is your signal strength, and that signal strength is extremely important. So, here are some key things you can do to get screaming Wi-Fi. Number 1, don't use the multifunction device from your provider. They suck. Number 2, if you can't afford it, don't use a multifunction device at all. Number 3, do use multiple access points. Number 4, run cables and use switches to strategically position your access points for better coverage. Number 5, change your AP channels to avoid interference. Number 6, change your AP signal strength to avoid interference, extend your reach, or to manage multiple access points. Following some simple guidelines and understanding wireless better will help you know how to tune your network for maximum performance. So, if you like what you hear and you appreciate knowledge, please subscribe to our channel and tune in for our monthly content. I am Brent Raeth, and for the last time, I am saying, did that make sense?